What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know regarding the rumors and leaks for the upcoming SpongeBob SquarePants X Fortnite collaboration. It's an interesting one. There's been a lot of mixture of information, a lot of people hyping it up in I feel a very unjust way. So in today's YouTube video, we'll be telling you everything you need to know and all the confirmed information we're at least aware of as of right now. So first off, what is going on? Why do we have to talk about a SpongeBob SquarePants oh my god, I can't speak. But why do we have to talk about a SpongeBob SquarePants thing in Fortnite? Well, it's because a brand new Rocket League season is happening right around the corner, and with that, there have been leaks that have been confirmed by people such as Sam Leaks over on social media relating to a SpongeBob SquarePants themed collaboration of some sort in Rocket League. Now, whenever there's a collaboration in Rocket League, usually some of those things end up coming over to Fortnite. I mean, for example, we had collaborations in Fortnite such as Alan Walker technically through a set of wills that were actually from a Rocket League event that did carry over to this game. So whenever Rocket League gets some collaboration cosmetics, usually at least one or two of those come over to Fortnite, and because of that, recently in the past few years, we've had this kind of colluded area where a lot of leaks are like, oh hey, there's going to be this huge collab soon with this media, and then it ends up just being something for Rocket League that ends up having like a decal or something for the Octane carried over onto Fortnite. So at first it just seemed like, oh hey, you know, we're going to be getting this SpongeBob collaboration in Rocket League and some of the things are going to come over to this game. But as time has gone on, we actually got some more information, and there might actually be more to it. So recent leaks by BStefan Creative over on social media seem to suggest that we're going to be getting a sweet victory jam track in Fortnite from this SpongeBob SquarePants collaboration. And now that does kind of make things a little bit more interesting to figure out what's going to happen, because whenever we get jam tracks in Fortnite, they usually aren't related to stuff going on in Rocket League. I think the only time we really had one that was linked to Rocket League was when we had the deadmau5 collaboration, because they went ahead and made it so if you did a quest in Rocket League, you actually got a jam track in Fortnite, but we haven't seen them do anything like that since then. And whenever you get like victory anthems over in Rocket League, for example, those do not carry over to Fortnite 99.99% of the time, except for the deadmau5 one right there, meaning that whatever's going on here most likely is going to actually be more than just Rocket League cosmetics, which we originally speculated it to just be. And based on the information and kind of like the ways Fortnite has evolved over time, here's what I think could potentially be happening in order to make a SpongeBob collaboration work in Fortnite. There's a few different ways they could go about this. They could do just like a gear and emote bundle, for example, where it's only focused on things that you're not actually wearing, so you know, not an actual skin or something. They could also, I guess, include like back blings there, but I definitely feel like since we've recently gotten sidekicks in the game, sidekicks are going to be an important factor to all this stuff going on, and it's going to be something where, hey, you know, if you're going to go ahead and do a collaboration such as SpongeBob, but you don't want like SpongeBob himself holding a giant AK or anything like that, go ahead and make something like Gary the Snail into a sidekick and throw it in the game that way. You know, you don't have to have things that have to hold guns anymore. You don't have to have all these restrictions. You can just do wraps, back blings, pickaxes, sidekicks, all this type of stuff that doesn't actually have to be fully involved with the fighting aspect of the game. And I feel like that's how it's going to be if they do focus on this area. However, considering the fact that we also had jam tracks leaked for this collaboration with the Sweet Victory one, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being a bundle of some sort that ends up mixing around sidekicks with instrument skins and jam tracks of that sort in order to have a decent SpongeBob collaboration built into Fortnite instead of just being focused on the Rocket League aspect of it. However, we also know that since that Rocket League aspect is still going to be coming soon, we're going to at least be getting, you know, Rocket League vehicle cosmetics that are guaranteed to be working in Rocket League, of course, but might end up working in Fortnite as well, or at least some of them will. And then we're also going to be getting a jam track in the game, so everything else is kind of just like speculation over what they could potentially do. But it is interesting overall to see that we're most likely going to be getting a SpongeBob collaboration in the very near future added into Fortnite. You know, that's something that we just don't really think about too much, right? You know, there's been leaks before. I guess there's been like rumors before where people would see a little teaser or whatever here and there and think, oh, this is SpongeBob coming to the game. I remember there was one time people were like, thought like this island that was showing up was related to a SpongeBob collab, and it wasn't or anything like that. So, you know, there's definitely been some demand for SpongeBob coming to Fortnite before, so it's going to be interesting to see how they can actually implement this in the game in a way that, you know, meets the Mans of Nickelodeon or whatever else. I was about to say Nintendo by accident, but SpongeBob obviously is not a Nintendo thing. Honestly though, it does definitely seem like Nickelodeon wants to put more stuff in Fortnite anyways, because right as at the same time we're getting the whole entire like SpongeBob rumors and everything else, we got Danny Phantom in Fortnite, and that is a Nickelodeon thing. You go to the item shop, you go to the main advertised banner image of all the bundled cosmetics, and it says Nickelodeon in the shop asset, so it's definitely interesting to see how they're starting to be kind of like putting their characters in this game. And honestly, I hope they do skins, just because I think it would be interesting to see how a humanoid sponge and maybe like a Patrick or something would end up holding weapons or something. Like the main character from SpongeBob I could see holding a gun would have to be Mr. Krabs. So you know, if they put Mr. Krabs in the game as a skin, that would probably be the funniest thing to actually see them do from the collaboration. But of course it remains to be seen if it's going to be more than just jam tracks and vehicle cosmetics as of right now. So I guess I'll leave a comment question of the day to you guys down below. What do you think about SpongeBob SquarePants potentially coming over to Fortnite, and what do you hope it actually includes, or what do you think it's going to most likely include? Until next time, however, I liked the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it. I'll catch you champs and champettes next time with another upload, so until then, peace out.